Good morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to another daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. It is Tuesday the 7th of July. Jumping straight in, looking at Bitcoin against the dollar and the hourly candlesticks. Bullish start to the day following yesterday's rally. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 92.75 to support around this first major resistance level at 94.75. Going to need to see another broad-based crypto breakout, support a breakout from yesterday's high that was at 93.89.6. Barring another extended rally, should see that first major resistance capping the upside. We've seen plenty of resistance at 9,500 of late, so expect that to come into play. Fall through the pivot and that first major support level at 91.61 will come into play. Barring an extended sell-off, however, should see Bitcoin avoid sub 9,200s. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the MACD, yesterday's breakout was an important move that removed the chance of a pullback through this first major support level on the trend levels at 88.55, because a breakdown through there through to sub 8620s would then deliver a bullish trend reversal. So a break through today's resistance levels and out through to 9795 would support a run through to 10,000, and then this key resistance level at 10398 that we continue to talk about. So avoiding a pullback through the pivot and a move through 9,500 would support this near-term bullish trend and a breakout through to 9,700. Looking at the MACD, suggesting another possible positive breakout day for Bitcoin and a bullish crossover. So gonna need to make sure that we don't see a fall through that pivot on the day. Jumping across to EOS against the dollar and the hourly candlesticks, another bullish start to the day after yesterday's breakout. Going to need to see EOS avoid pivot at 55.33 to support around this first major resistance level, sitting at 70.31. Going to need to see quite a breakout on the day for EOS to break out from yesterday's high 264. Barring extended crypto rally on the day, expect 265 to limit any upside. Fall through that pivot is going to bring that first major support level sitting at 46.65 into play. Should see EOS avoid sub 240s on the day, however. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the MACD. Important move yesterday for the crypto bulls. So EOS is going to need to take a run now at this 290 level to support that near-term bullish trend, and then a breakout from 311s. So a move through today's major resistance level, first major resistance level 270, would support a run at the 290 levels. Fall through that pivot would bring sub 240s into play in the coming days. Would need to avoid a pullback through this key support level at 219s to avoid a bullish trend reversal. Looking at the MACD, pointing to another bullish day ahead. So gonna need to see EOS avoid that pivot level. That's going to be key. Moving across to Ethereum against the dollar and the hourly candlestick. Yesterday's late rallies continuing into this morning. So gonna need to see Ethereum avoid a pullback through the pivot at 237 to support this run at the first major resistance level sitting at 246.73. Barring another broad-based crypto rally, should see that first major resistance level pin Ethereum back from 250 on the day. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 231.82 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Ethereum avoid sub 225s. Jumping across to the daily candlestick and the MACD for Ethereum, the MACD is pointing to another bullish day ahead. So even looking at the moving averages, we're seeing a widening of the 50 from the 100 and the 200, suggesting another breakout. A move through the first major resistance level, 246.73, would bring this first key resistance level, sitting at 253.60 into play, and then a breakout through the 23.6% fib at 257 would support that near-term bullish trend formed back in mid-March. Pull back through the pivot and the morning resistance level. Ethereum's going to need to avoid sub 215s to then avoid a pullback through to sub 200s, and then this key support level at 176. So looking bullish, and a breakout through that first major resistance level would bring 250s into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the dollar and the hourly candlestick. Relatively bullish start to the day after yesterday's breakout. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 1850 to support a run at its first major resistance level, sitting at 1934. Going to need plenty of support from the broader market to break out through to 1900s. We saw resistance early this morning cap the upside. So breakout through 1900s to bring that first major resistance level into play. Barring extended crypto rally, we would expect that first major resistance level to cap in the upside, fall through that pivot, and expect that first major support level at 1806 to come into play. Barring an extended sell-off, we should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 18s. Second major support level sits at 1723. Looking at the MACD and the EMAs, pointing to another bullish day ahead. So breakout through to 19s will be key on the day. Finally, looking at the daily candlestick and the MACD for Ripple's XRP against the dollar. Again, bullish crossover there, suggesting a bullish day ahead with the histograms widening there. So a breakout through the first major resistance level of the day at 1934 would bring 20 levels into play, which would then give Ripple's XRP a run at that first key resistance level on the trend at 2150. Breakout through there would then deliver 2357, some support that near-term bullish trend. So avoiding a pullback through the pivot and a fall through 1750s is key to support this near-term bullish trend and the recent momentum we've seen. So a narrowing of the EMAs we're seeing already, and obviously that bullish crossover supporting further upside on the day.